Back in January, it was reported that Senator Menendez, Democrat from New Jersey, was being investigated by the FBI for participating in parties with underage prostitutes in the Dominican Republic. And this was alleged to have happened during trips with a campaign contributor, it's either a dentist or an oral surgeon of some kind, Dr. Salomon Melgen. And of course, Menendez denied this. And initially, there were some interviews broken by the Daily Caller, the website, the conservative website run by Tucker Carlson, which claimed that they were talking to prostitutes who said, yes, I was with Senator Menendez. Now, to set the stage for the new information, let me remind you what a little bit of that interview was like. This is with one alleged prostitute.
Este.
Ay,
Sí.
porque estuve con él.
Because she was paid money to be with him. ¿Cuándo pasó eso?
Semana Santa, amor.
Es in the Easter. Easter.
Okay,
Hell of a
so
translator.
What's that?
Hell of a translator.
Hell of a translator, yeah. So this goes on, and basically this individual woman says, well, I was with him for about $500. Somebody set it up, and it happened Easter weekend, so on and so forth. So now we have a report which says, in the Washington Post, which says, you know what? One of these prostitutes was actually told to make this video, okay? And then basically this was all fake, and she has now come out and said it just wasn't true. The woman says a local lawyer approached her and another escort and asked them to help frame Menendez and a top donor, according to some affidavits that have been obtained by the Washington Post. And the lawyer has in turn identified another Dominican lawyer who said he gave the woman a script and paid her to read the claims out loud. In other words, it's all been fabricated. It wasn't real. Senator Menendez had nothing to do with this. Okay, so then what happens? So now it goes back to the Daily Caller, and the Daily Caller says, actually, you know what? This is a different prostitute. We had the prostitute I just played in the video for you, and now we have this other prostitute who is saying she was told to read from a script about this stuff. The Washington Post is confusing the prostitutes. This prostitute is not one of the ones we reported on. Now, the obvious question for me is, if anyone was paid to make false statements, if any prostitutes were paid to make false statements about Menendez, Senator Menendez, we have to wonder, why would you need that if you have prostitutes making real statements? It just doesn't add up to me. It doesn't make any sense.
No, strange stuff. But I mean, what's going to happen now?
I don't know. I mean, the funniest thing about this is that, do we really care about Senator Menendez having sex with prostitutes in other countries when there are so many broader problems that we have with politicians and elected officials? And further, I would say, it's the Republican Party who has made this type of thing an issue, and it is the Republican Party that is way more often caught doing this type of thing. So it's just kind of funny now that, at least to some extent, there is a very clear attempt to frame Senator Menendez when it's another party who's worried about this stuff and another party who's mostly guilty of this stuff.
Yeah. I mean, in a perfect world, these stories would be, not center stage, right? But unfortunately, it's juicy stuff, and Americans like to hear about this stuff, and that's what we hear.
That's the reality, and now we are apparently hearing that it was all, at least part of it, was completely made up.